house guests? Welcome to today's Big Brother 20 updates and spoilers. We've got two house guests of the day today. We've got Mercedes and Hector Salinas. I really hope that's how you say your last name. I'm sorry if it's not. Salinas? Hopefully one of those are right. But thank you guys so much for the support and the postcard. I love the Statue of Liberty. That was so awesome. And they are actually sister and brother. And Mercedes has requested a very early birthday shout out for Hector. His birthday is on October 5th, but we're going to say happy birthday today. We are doing this spoiler on your brother's not birthday. I really hope you have an amazing birthday in October, Hector. You guys are awesome again. Thanks so much. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. All right, so yesterday it was a real shorty fire burning on the dance floor. Oh, whoa. For real, there was a fire in the oven. Brett started it, and the feeds went down for about an hour and a half or so as Big Brother was, you know, checking things out and making sure it was safe. But don't worry, it's all good now. Nobody got hurt. It's okay. Okay, so Haley and Fussy, another tiff. What the F now? So Haley was jealous. The theme of this spoiler is jealousy. Haley was jealous because Fessy was talking about a girl that he was talking to the week before he left for Big Brother. So it just makes her wonder if he's just playing her. Oh my God. Are you serious? He is freaking obsessed with you. He's already thrown out his game for you. What more do you want? So Fessy's like, that's so stupid. Stop. Please. This is real. This is the realest thing in here. And Haley's like, well, if you flipped on the vote, would you tell me? Oh my God. We're still doing this, you guys. We're still doing this. So she says, this is your opportunity to tell me if you flipped. If you tell me right now, I won't be mad at you. So Fessy swears he did not flip. And he's like, I don't know what Scotty's been telling you. Because, you know, Scotty's been going around saying that he thinks that Fessy's been playing him, and Fessy's the one that's been flipping all these votes, and he's just blaming it on Scotty, and Scotty's been his target this whole time. And Haley had that really long conversation with Scotty in the hammock the other night, and believe me, this was all discussed. So Haley's like, well, you did make a deal with Tyler and Angela on your own, and you told them that I would just do whatever you wanted. So Fessy's just incredulous. He's like, this is why you can't talk to Scotty for 2 effing hours at a time, because then you come to me with this bullshit and it's too much. So then Haley asks him, have you been working with Angela, Tyler, and Brett this whole time? And Fessy's like, no, I'm playing this game for you. I'm playing this game good. I don't know about that second part, but like, yeah, he's playing for Haley and it's not going well. So Fessy still believes that Brett was the vote to keep Rockstar, not Scotty. Haley disagrees. She thinks it was Scotty, which is true. So Fessy's like, that kid puts too many thoughts in your head. He brings up how Scotty was trying to get Haley up on the block as the replacement nominee this week. And then when Fessy was like, no, and it didn't work, that's when Scotty changed his story and told Haley that he was just trying to make people think that they were, you know, separating or whatever. It was all a lie. So then Fessy's like, I don't care about the game at this point. We made it to top 8. You know, like, as long as I have you out of here. And Haley's like, you need to care. Seriously? Like, who says that? Oh, I made top 8. I guess that's it. Whatever. So Haley admits, yes, Scotty is very, very convincing to talk to. He made a lot of really good points. Yeah, but this is Fessy that we're talking about, okay? He didn't have some grand scheme where he was flipping votes and pinning it on people. No! Come on, don't you know him by now? So, you know, that's over, whatever. So, is it over though? So then, Fessy brings up that, you know, he's getting kind of worried, kind of getting weirded out by JC. This whole time, people have been telling him, you need to take things that JC says with a grain of salt. He's not always 100% honest, blah, blah, blah. And Fessy's been like, no, he's telling the truth all the time. But now he's like, ugh. I've noticed that he hasn't been coming up to the HOH room as much since the Power Veto ceremony. That's a little weird, right? He's not worried that JC's gonna put him up, but he notices JC's working on relationships with other people. Oh, Fessy, I have news for you. JC has a lot of other relationships with people, and some of them are definitely prioritized above yours. So Haley's like, duh, I've been telling you this the whole time. Hello. Fessy really blew it this week. I mean, obviously he made a really dumb move, but then he just like hung out in the HOH room instead of hanging out with other people. So meanwhile, you know, while they were having that conversation, Scotty is packing up his things to get out of there. He's also packing up Big Brother's things. I mean, he freaking went in the storage room and took a crap ton of toiletries and like toothpaste, mouthwash, like all this stuff, like cleaning supplies, and he started packing them away. He also took a very large box of condoms. Somebody's got big plans for the jury house. Oh my god. It just makes me so sad. And then he was like taking all those toiletries, like when somebody stays at a hotel and they take like all the shampoos and stuff. Like, I guess the shampoo's not that big of a deal, but when you start taking like silverware from restaurants or like towels from a hotel, it just makes me sad. So he's like, well, I got all this stuff for when I get home now. No. Okay, so anyway, later. No, not later. Casey was a little bit emotional yesterday. She was crying a bit. She calls it peanut allergies when she cries. She said the diary room was asking her about a conversation that she had a few days ago with JC about coming out to her family, and she only came out to her mom a year and a half ago because she said her mom's like really traditional and stuff. So Angela was comforting her. Tyler came into the room with lots of hugs, so they were very supportive of her. Yeah, so I guess we're going to be seeing that probably on tonight's show, I'm assuming, but that's gonna be interesting. I want to learn more about Casey because I feel like we haven't heard that much about her yet. She's always just like, let's go, okay. So back to the game. Haley and Fessy were strategizing for next week. Haley says if she wins HOH, she's planning on putting up Brett and Sam. It seems like Sam is the primary target, and if one of them comes down with the veto, the other one will become the target. Okay, so Fessy's like, yeah, and if one of them wins the veto, JC or Casey will have to be the replacement nominee. So these two are planning on sticking with this deal that they made with Tyler and Angela, which means they are willing to stick to a plan that they make with their enemies so much easier than they would be to stick with their own allies. What is this? Is this Twilight Zone Big Brother? Because that's what it feels like. Meanwhile, Tyler, Casey, and Angela are also strategizing for next week. They decide, well, okay, let's back up. All week they've been saying that they want to put up Haley and Sam, and like maybe Sam's the target, maybe Haley's the target, maybe they backdoor Fessy, but it's kind of like all left up in the air. But now they're saying if they win HOH, they have to put up Haley and Fessy together because that is the only way to guarantee that one of them will go, yes, thank you for finally realizing that. So they're like, it's too risky to only put up one of them because then the other one could win power veto and then they could both be safe for the week and pissed off, and they're gonna know that the deal was broken. So, I mean, they still are hoping that Brett is going to be the one to win the HOH so that they don't have to get their hands dirty with this. But they're like, you know what? If one of us wins, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and do it. Like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. So then Brett comes in. He did some, like, ridiculous little comedy routine, which was very funny. After joking around for a bit, they tell him the plan. They're like, okay, we're going to put up H and F, meaning Haley and Fessy. If one of them wins the veto, S would be the replacement nominee, Sam. Does it really make that much of a difference to just say their initials? I think it's pretty obvious who you're talking about. But they're saying Fessy is the main target, but if he wins power veto, get rid of Haley. So Brett is totally on board with this, but I want to ask you guys, who do you think is better for level 6 to take out first? Fessy or Haley? Because then later, Brett and Angela were discussing this, and it seemed like Angela wanted to get rid of Haley first because she knows the game better, and you know, she feels like Haley doesn't have as many connections throughout the house. But Brett was like, no, we have to get rid of Fessy first because he's still working with JC. So if Fessy wins HOH, he's not going to put up JC. But if Haley wins, she probably would. So I don't know. There's pros and cons for both of them, but let me know in the comments who you guys think should go first. And also, if Haley was to win HOH, who do you think she should target out of level 6? If she even tries to do that. So, okay, in other news, guess who was in a bad mood last night? Sam. No surprise there. Yeah, she was crafting by herself in the have-not room. Brett was super pissed because he went in to check on her and she snapped at him. So they're all over Sam at this point and her negative attitude. It's gotten to be a lot. I don't know if this is nicotine withdrawal at this point because she did turn in all of her cigarettes and she's, you know, rocking the patch. But then again, she always acts like this right before the eviction. She gets all upset. She's like, I don't want to evict anybody and like send me home. I wish I was going to the little house. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But late last night, JC let Tyler know your little showmance made the show because they were asking me about it in the diary room, which means it's gonna be on the show. So he's saying like, oh, what'd you say about it? JC says, I said you need to get your shit straight because you're here for something else, so you need to stay focused. So Tyler's like, I'm not into showmance. They were just trying to get an angry reaction out of you, and it sounds like it worked. So then, you know, talking a little bit of game, JC says that Brett has been going crazy lately, pitching all these deals to him and stuff. I feel like JC is making this up because, yes, Brett has been talking to JC a lot more lately, but I don't think he's been pitching stuff, really. I don't think he's been pitching any deals with JC or anything like that. I think that JC is trying to make sure that when it comes down to it, that Tyler will choose JC over Brett. Because I think JC is starting to really worry, like, whoa, once we get rid of Fessy and Haley and Sam, who's going to be next? You know, once we get down to our own group, who's going to be the first one to go? He does not want that to be him. So then, JC says the words that Tyler's been waiting for. He finally admits that he is jealous of Tyler's relationship, or whatever it is, with Angela. Tyler's like, I freaking knew it! So JC's like, whatever, like, you could be with Angela, I'm gonna go be with Brett now. Alright, well, anyway, it seems like Big Brother really wants Tangela to be a thing, because every morning they play, you know, a few wake-up songs, and one of the songs this morning was that Zac Brown Band song that Tangela was talking about the other day. They want it to happen. Of course they want that. They're starving for showmances. So after the HOH lockdown was over, Sam asked Tyler for her instructions for what to do with the vote this week, and he tells her everybody's voting out Scotty. So I don't know. Do you think that Sam's going to go along with it, or is it going to be like Bailey's eviction and she's going to throw him a vote? I don't know. I think people would be pretty pissed at her if she threw a vote. But anyway, Scotty had a quick chat with Angela while she was getting ready, and he was like, I just want you to know, whatever happens, I've always been in your corner, and I will, you know, continue to be in your corner if I'm still here. And Angela's like, likewise, Scotty, but now I'm going to vote you out. No, she didn't say that. So Scotty says that he still owes her a favor from her HOH week when she told him all that stuff that his allies were saying about him and throwing him under the bus. He says that if he stays, he'd love the opportunity to get revenge on Fessy. And then he's asking, do you think there's going to be a battle back? And he says, Angela, if you win HOH, please promise me you'll get rid of somebody who's not good at competitions that I can beat in a battle back. And Angela's like, sure, deal. And it seems like that was the extent of Scotty's campaigning. Really? You're gonna go to the best friend of the person who's on the block next to you? Really? So yeah, that was pretty lame. I don't know if Scotty has anything planned for his eviction speech. I feel like he's probably got something, right? I don't know if he's gonna try to drop a bomb or what, but I don't see it working. It's just kind of disappointing that he just rolled over after the power veto ceremony. So the house guests think it's a double eviction tonight. It is not. Scotty is gonna go unless something insane happens. The vote should either be like 6-0 or maybe 5-1. I don't think Haley's gonna be throwing him a vote. I think the one would be Sam. Or if somebody tries to do something crazy, I don't know, maybe JC is gonna try to frame Haley or something. We'll see. But the HOH, according to Twitter, spoilers, is supposed to be the one where you have to collect all the tickets and then you turn in your tickets to get a chance to roll the ball down the crazy track and you have to land it in a little basket. So I know in the past you were allowed to give your tickets to other people, so it's going to be interesting to see if Level 6 tries to funnel all of their tickets to Brett so that he can win, but I don't know, because if they get caught, they're going to be in trouble. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who are you rooting for? And until tomorrow, much love.